Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Julie and I'm here to do my reaction video for season 7 episode 19 of Riverdale. This time the title of the episode is the Golden Age of Television. And after this we only have one more episode to go for the series finale, the season finale, series finale for Riverdale. I am not going to sit here and deny that I am actually happy that Riverdale has come to an end. Because I feel like this entire season, I have fun? Yes, because I always take something out of it, you know. I always try to make a joke or something, and I laugh at the absurdity of things, you know. And that's what it is, you know. But I mean, season 7 is completely unnecessary as a whole for the plot of the show. Is like, I didn't know that I have known with long episodes, you know, series. They have 20 plus episodes. I do understand that they have to have bottle episodes and, like, you know, standalone-ish kind of episodes. Never thought that someone can have like a bottle or a standalone-ish season, especially on the last one, you know. So am I disappointed? Yes, I am. Extremely. Because season 6, I think that even with the powers and all of it, I mean, it was out there. Riverdale tends to go to that place of being out there, you know. But I didn't mind. I thought it was cohesive in a sense, and it made sense in a very Riverdale way, which is honestly the only thing you can hope for. But this season just went beyond anyone will thought. We all thought that it was gonna go like at the beginning of season 6, I think, with a few bottle episodes of, oh, what will happen if we're in the 50s, and we were gonna take like 6 episodes, but then 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we are in 19, about to finish the season. They're still in the 50s, you know. And last episode, we have a P bomb instead of an A bomb, and we have discussions about bunkers and and Penelope and Cliff were being Russian spies, and they, you know, I read this week like pieces of an interview that the cast did of like how is it that they feel bad that Riverdale is the butt of the joke. Well, you have someone to blame for that. It's not the fans. It's not the fans who make fun of the show. It's the writers. You know, not even them as the actors. They don't have any fault at what they are given. And I have said it multiple times. Without the incredible work that they do, most of us will have been gone. Most of us are gone. Because it's just so absurd, you know, and it's just, I don't know. The ones that remain here, trust me, are here as I am, because I love the cast. I really do, with a few exceptions. But mostly I love everyone on the cast, and that's the reason why I'm here. Barchi, you know, their connection. Then Shoni and their connection, you know, those are the reasons I'm here. But being the butt of the joke, it's really the writer's fault, not the fans' fault, you know. Yes, you are the butt of the joke, because you guys had a bum, and you have Jughead posing next to the bum like this. Like, it's just, you know, it's stupid. It's stupid. And like, I'm sorry, but like, we are not gonna pretend just to not hurt an actress' feeling to say, oh, it was the best years you could have ever invested on a show. I'm pretty sure that they went in thinking that. And it's remarkable that they have done 7 seasons of it. 136 episodes. Like, that is mind-blowing and an achievement of on their own. But storytelling wise, there's a reason there's no Emmy buzz or any type of buzz around like what incredible stories they're telling. And that's not the actor's fault. That is the writer's fault. Sorry, but it is, and if you are the butt of the joke, like you guys said, like I think Lily was the one who said that, or maybe the cast, or was it Camila? I think, I don't know, but whoever said, yes, you are, but not because of the fans, because of the writers. Just want to say that. Anyways, we're here to watch the second to last episode of the season. Episode 19. I am pretty sure that by this point they are never coming back to the original timeline, meaning 2020 something. I don't know what year Riverdale was set. We were sometimes a little weirded out because Riverdale kind of live in this pocket reality where some things were happening but some other things were not. So it's the 2020 something. I don't know if 2023, but around that time. But the thing is that I'm pretty sure that they're not going to come back. Like I said a few episodes ago, that it will be extremely funny if Tabitha comes back and she's like, yeah, well, I couldn't fix it. You remember that I was hopeful, and also why Tabitha is not here is insane. But like, I was like, Tabitha was going to come back and she's going to say, yeah, I tried to fix it. Couldn't do it. So we're going to stay in the 50s. For whatever reason, so let's just, I'm bored. Like, the episode hasn't started and I'm bored, but I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna laugh, not with Riverdale, but at Riverdale, which is something that it always happens. And if you want to pretend like you didn't laugh at the show, come on, let's not be hypocrites. Anyways, we're here, back, ready for episode 19. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys continue supporting for more. Because after Riverdale, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to have another show to make fun of, So if you want to recommend shows, especially shows that are currently airing, not necessarily that they're bad, like Riverdale, but like any other show, you can recommend shows. Because now we're not going to have, another show to make fun of. It was Pretty Little Liars at one time. Then it's this. So, we're going to still have a good time, I think. Anyways. Comment, subscribe, UNCUT reaction on Patreon. Don't go to Patreon specifically for Riverdale. Like I said, you're wasting your money if you do that. But yeah, anyways, that's it. I hope you guys enjoy. And without further ado, let's just begin with season 7, episode 19. Of Riverdale. Here we go.
For years, Riverdale had prided itself as being the town with pep. Safe, innocent, utopian. But after recent events, there was no denying the darkness that churned beneath Riverdale. The inequality, the prejudice, the fear-mongering. It had been bubbling to the surface and very nearly exploded. Now, a reshuffling was happening.
How is it that he was on the front page with a bomb like this, like, straight out of content?
With a sudden vacancy in the principal's office, the PTA is initiating a county-wide search for a replacement. Here's hoping this one makes the grade.
In light of recent revelations and after much discussion, Mr. and Mrs. Cooper had decided to continue living on Elm Street as husband and wife, though Mr. Cooper would be moving into the basement bedroom. A decision that, frankly, flummoxed Betty.
What am I gonna do? My life is so intertwined with your father's.
Sad,
This
right?
is his house. I don't own this station. I can't even open a bank account on my own.
Yeah, say that women didn't have that many
What
options.
about when you go off to college? You know that I've never been alone a day in my life. I
Oh my God.
lived in my parents' house until the day that I married your father.
That is sad, isn't it? But the story of so many women at that time.
It's just the three of us now, children.
How are you still
May your
alive?
idiot father and viper mother both rot in a Russian gulag for the rest of their miserable lives.
From your lips to Moloch's ears, Nana.
So with Featherhead gone, who's gonna run the asylum now?
Well, not to sound like Chicken Little, but what if it's Dr. Werther's?
There's got to be better candidates out there.
Like Captain Hawk or Godzilla.
Just so long as they don't ask my uncle to step up.
Well, I actually know the perfect candidate, but we would need support from the PTA to push it through.
Oh, by the way, yeah, the Uncle Frank is with his buddy, Kevin's dad.
After a comet hits and destroys New York City, a man and a woman come together and fall in love.
Their problem is that it's a black man and a white woman who find each other. I haven't even told Mr. Fieldstone yet. I think it's gonna crush him.
I'm sure. That comet story is a masterpiece. Honestly, my first thought when I read it was this would make for a fantabulous movie.
Well,
You will think so, right?
if anyone wants to get in touch with Du Bois's representatives, I have all their information.
Oh, because it was hinted that she could direct.
Mrs. Cooper, when Riverdale High integrated, 3 of the black schools in town shut down. And suddenly, dozens of great teachers were kicked to the curb.
What?
There's this incredible educator who spent the last year driving a cab.
Girls, I would love to help, but the rest of the PTA...
Mom, make them understand.
Riverdale is at a turning point. Now is the time for a fresh start.
Okay, that's... I mean, if this person is a good educator. Okay. I got it.
So I challenge you all. Be kind. Be decent. Be better.
Yes. Now
let's get to work.
Yes. Remember when he was also part of the cult and got a few fingers cut off? Right? Hi.
Hold on to your pom-poms, my beloved paper shakers, because I'm back!
Cheryl, this is a private practice for vixens, not has-been daughters of Russian spies.
Oh, shut
Now, Principal
up.
Weatherby is ushering in a new golden age at Riverdale High. I am launching a coup to take back control of my vixens. Therefore, Evelyn, I am challenging you to a dance-off. Winner takes all.
I refuse your challenge.
You can't refuse it though. That's how he's done here.
That's not an option.
The last times we're gonna see them do these crazy things, you know. Oh shit! My lord, flexible. Oh come on, she can do that. Your turn. She can't do that. Go, Evelyn, whatever. So long.
Today marks the beginning of a new era for the Vixens. I'm going steady with Tony Topaz, and if anyone here has a problem with that, you are more than welcome to follow Evelyn out that door and into a dumpster.
Go.
We're in full support of you, Cheryl. And we also want to live in the light.
Oh! Yes! Imagine all the cheerleaders. We're here!
Mr.
We
Fieldstone,
love that.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner.
We publish without the damn seal. That's what we do. Send it out in the world and hope for the best.
I was hoping you'd say that. And depending on the sales, I was thinking next time we could...
There's not going to be a next time, kid.
What do you mean?
No, that's it for me. I'm done. I mean, this is the best comic I ever put together. It's a work of art. I mean, it actually says something. And that tribunal couldn't care less. It's been an honor, kid.
Oh, that is sad.
It really has.
That's what they wanted, you know, to break them and to close them.
It was a beautiful dream while it lasted.
What did you get, hon?
It's the first copy of my book.
You wrote a book? Your mom and dad must be very proud of you.
No, not really. But isn't she underage to being like the cover of a book, kind of half naked?
That's great. Coach Andrews? What's going on?
Oh,
I'm
you
staying
know.
in the motel as well, and the shower in my room is on the fridge, so your dad let me use his.
Right.
Right.
You want to come in and grab a flop?
Sure, queers.
No, no. I should probably cut out.
Carry on, guys. The hypocrisy, you know. Internalized homophobia is a real thing, and most of them, they are like very deep there, and like they're so afraid that they will just lash out into anything that will resemble them and try to shut it down, as Frank has been trying to do with Archie, because he's afraid of who he is. That doesn't mean that he gets a pass for bullying him, you know?
Goodness, yes. You did. I see that you're on the cover.
Half
in
naked.
undergarments.
You're pushing it! You're pushing it!
I really want you to read it. It says right there in the title, it's for teenagers. I mean, why would I read it?
Well, in
You
an
read her
ideal world,
diaries.
I'd love for you to be proud of me for writing a book. But I'll settle for you reading it just to get to know me better.
Reg, don't sweat it. I mean, I'll take your place on the farm.
Stop goofing, Andrews. You got other plans.
Well, whatever I had planned, it's not as important as getting you set up for college.
That's
Going
a good
pro.
friend.
Besides, working the land with my hands, giving back to the earth, and then writing about it while leaned up against the haystack. I mean, that's exactly what a beat writer should be doing.
My parents won't be able to pay you, Archie. And it's not easy work.
Reg, I got it. It's all part of the experience.
Yeah.
You're going to Camp Evans. Let me take up the slack at Duck Creek. Sleep in your barn, learn the ukulele, break bread with your mom, your dad.
That's very sweet of him.
Betty, you wrote a book.
Sure did. Yeah, a whole one.
And you're right.
And she did it in the span of like a
I did get
week.
to know you better. And all those wonderful, intelligent, promising young women. So full of thoughts and fears and struggles. And dreams. And then I think of myself, and my biggest dream was being Miss Riverdale.
Well, it's okay.
Mom,
can
you
still
once
have
told me that you
dreams.
dreamed about being a stewardess.
True.
You wanted to see the world and meet fascinating people and be a fascinating person.
Yeah, well, that was a silly dream from a young girl a long time ago.
No, Mom. No dream is silly.
Very
I know
true.
you think that it's too late for you, but it's not.
That's sweet. That's really sweet because yes, you can always dream. And achieve your dreams at any age.
Chances are, you won't ever see this issue on a newsstand. We hope that this comic book will find its way into your hands. And hopefully the stories in it will make you think. And make you feel a little less alone. So we at Pep Comics leave you with this final message. It is easier to tear down than to build up. Try to be a builder, not a destroyer.
That's true.
Tabitha,
Is this real Tabitha or?
what are you doing here?
Hi, stranger.
Which Tabitha is this one?
Gee whiz. You're a sight for sore eyes.
Jughead, I am not the Tabitha who's traveling across the country with
She's
the
the one
NAACP.
traveling in the multiverse.
I'm the Tabitha that you've forgotten.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Sit down.
I'm glad that she's back.
Let me show you something.
She's gonna say that she couldn't fix it, really? Right?
From a distance, it presents itself like so many
Is that
other
my
small
voice?
towns all over
No.
Just absorb.
He's
And
gonna
then I
react
will
to an episode of
explain
Riverdale.
everything.
and you start seeing the shadows underneath. The name of our town is Riverdale.
Oh! They're using that song? The Villanelle Eve song at the end of season 3. Killing Eve. Which, if you think about it, season 4 of Killing Eve, which was the last season, was also a terrible season. Ugh, just like this one.
All of your collective innate decency, all of your struggles have started to reshape this town, this world. And it will just keep getting better and better.
Neat. Awesome. I assume that you were successful too.
I don't think so.
After much trial and error, I realized it would be impossible for me to untangle and pull apart all of the various timelines. And I used all of the energy from all of the other timelines to stabilize it and fortify it.
Great.
Wait, this is our reality now?
It is.
Is that what you're saying?
But,
well, couldn't
now
imagine
that
anything
it's
worse.
stable, I can't move anyone through time. I can't send you all back to 2023.
Oh, 2023. Okay.
I can show them. I can show them what I showed you, and then they can decide whether or not they want to remember their other adventures. Let's call them.
Yeah.
It's the least I can do.
Imagine Tabitha saying, okay, Archie, this is the episode where you fight a bear. I'll never let that go, man.
And I told them about the future. And how we couldn't go back to our previous lives, but they could remember them if they chose to do so.
Well, that one doesn't exist. What is his name? The twin. Oh. Oh, imagine when they sit him and like, you were a doll. What's his name? I don't remember. And Dilton wasn't he dead? Oh, and also Clay didn't exist, or existed but never on our timeline.
I wondered if any of them would take me up on Tabitha's offer.
Jughead. I drew the short straw. If this is real, I figure I might get a good poem out of it. A version of Howl.
This is called binge watching.
Our story is about a town.
You stupid!
A small town. And
All
the
of
people
you.
who live in the town. From a distance, it presents itself like so many other small towns all over the world.
Okay. Are you caught up?
I was a boxer. Prisoner. Football player.
I went to the army.
I was a soldier.
Yeah? What about
Like
the
my
bear?
dad.
What about the bear?
I promised the others I'd report back.
What are you gonna tell them?
I'm not sure. I didn't think I'd ever see my dad again. So I'm glad about that. But I don't know if they'll want to see what I saw.
Also, you end up with Betty.
It said, if anyone does, they know where to find me.
Archie told us what you showed him.
We'd like to see what Archie saw. Together.
Classic B&B style.
Oh, yes. Without the lesbianism.
Our story is about a town. A small town. Decent.
Stop with the song, because it reminds me of Villaneve.
Get closer, though, and you start seeing the shadows underneath.
My family?
Your dad was a serial killer. You have the serial killer gene. Polly died. What was the only good thing that happened in your life? Oh, Archie. Oh, and she killed her dad. And was that she-wolf of Wall Street?
My father was a killer.
A serial one.
My sister
Yeah.
was murdered and then came back to life.
Tell me about it. I went through all of that. Did you guys went through the musicals too? Did you guys went through the musicals?
Where are Kevin and Julian?
Kevin asked if
Oh,
Clay
Julian.
was in any of the stories on TV. When Betty told him he wasn't, he didn't want to come.
I mean, good for you. I mean, what are you missing? You didn't have a kidney and you were unhappy. So, you're better like this. Clay is good for you, Kevin.
When Julian found out he was just a doll in the TV series, he didn't want to come either.
But the rest of us want to see.
And you wanted me to take Riverdale serious. He was a fucking doll.
Get closer, though,
You were
and you start seeing the shadows.
And Mitch was dead.
Now you know. Now you know what your lives were like before the comet.
The good, the bad,
The ugly.
the bear.
Do you want to carry
They did remember the bear. Okay. Kudos to them.
Could we perhaps just remember the good things? Forget all the serial killers and superpowers and gargoyle kings and
God.
just remember the happy times we had.
I mean, can we? No. I mean, you guys maybe, but I can't. I can't forget the bad things. I can't forget like an entire season. I can't forget all the musicals.
Doesn't exactly work that way.
Actually, I can make
Shut
that
up,
happen.
you don't know how this
Yes.
works.
I can hit a reset button.
Can we skip that part? Because that was not a good part. That was a good part, yes! There we go, our end game!
Is this the part where you ghost me?
She literally is like an angel.
I know how it ends, and so do you. Do you remember our epic date before the end of the world when we watched Titanic and then we ate at Pop's?
And we had a family.
That's true.
We grew old together.
That time bubble still exists.
Could I at least kiss you goodbye?
Aren't you with Veronica? This is so sad, you know?
Jughead Jones, you read my mind.
They make sense. They will for always make sense. Tabitha is gonna be like, screw the timeline! I'm staying! No, hate the song. I love the
Goodbye,
song.
Riverdale.
Never leave me. It's the last episode. I mean, if I have to be surprised by anything, let's just capture my reaction to it. You know, for the first time. Anyways, guys, so that was the end of season 7, episode 19 of Riverdale. A lot of shenanigans happen at the beginning of the episode, which, in the great scheme of things, don't mean shit. But it did make me, you know, the arrival of Tabitha, or our Tabitha, Angel Tabitha, whatever you want to call her. With her, it bring out I'm not gonna say a satisfying conclusion. I do like the fact that they mentioned the bear. That was hilarious. At least for me, who's a person that cannot forget that Archie really fought a bear, and survived to tell the story with only Scratch that a few weeks later was not even there. For me, that's just incredible, that she was that they can make fun of themselves. I think that Riverdale at the end of the day is a joke, but it's like that type of inside joke that only true fans of the show, people that have stayed like I have throughout the entirety of this joke, kind of understand. I mean, if you were to watch the first episode of Riverdale and this episode or the last episode of Riverdale, you probably are not going to understand any of the inside jokes. And, were they good times on Riverdale? There were. That this episode did make me reflect on that. On the chemistry the actors had, on the insane rants that we could go on what the characters were going through, the ships. Some of us, kind of liked the musical aspects of Riverdale. Some of us didn't. But I guess that overall Riverdale had everything for everyone, right? Are they still the butt of the joke? Yes, they will always be that. Because that's how it was written. And, you cannot be I'm not going to say, oh, remember what I said at the beginning of the episode? It doesn't matter anymore. Riverdale is the best show that has ever been written. No, it's not. Could have it been better? Abso-fucking-lutely. Could it have made sense at least? Yes. That doesn't, in my opinion, diminish the great performances, because sometimes I feel like if you go back and you just see the writing, you remember a line, right? That is stupid. Like, I don't know, whatever line, because there's a lot to pick. Or a storyline. And the fact is that the actors were able to pull it off. We're able to, most of the time convey whatever emotion that line was supposed to give you. And at times, it was very difficult, and they, ended up being a joke, and it was a joke. And for that, I think that we need to understand that it is what it is, it is what it is. It will always be insane. It will always be crazy, and Riverdale will be a reminder not only for the good-ish times that we had with them, but for the insanity that this show was, And unlike the characters who are going to, some of them, not Jughead and Betty, you can remember, only the good times. You can also remember, you will also have to remember the bad time. We can we take out of it and just stay with the good times? Yes. But that doesn't make you like the greatest fan. It makes me, who decides to just point out the ridiculousness on the show, that doesn't make me any less of a fan than anyone else. I stay with this freaking show until the last season. So in next week, I will have stayed with the show until its final moments, So I think I have earned the right to say and to speak my mind. But yeah, you know what? Didn't I call it? I kind of called it. I mean, I did say, Tabitha's gonna come back and say, fuck it. I can't undo anything. This whole thing was a mistake. You know, they could have done a little bit better with the way that, like, Tabitha says that she had to, like, with her magical powers, you know, not untangle the webs and the timelines, but create and forge a new one. We could have had throughout the season, with Angel Tabitha still present here, we could had moments where it glitch, where characters, I guess you could say, oh, that's the reason why characters have been coming in and coming out, because like they're pulling them back into the story. But they could have done something way better, right? Moments of us really being like, that is exactly what happened in so-and-so episode. Yes, they've been callbacks, but that's what it feels like, callbacks. It doesn't feel like we never felt the presence of Tabitha pulling the timelines together. And I think it could have been, not necessarily with special effects or things like that, but truly seeing the worlds kind of mixing and cutting and becoming one, you know? So, I don't know. I think they missed that opportunity. Yes, you can think back now and say every single character that was not there at the beginning and have been pulled into this story is Tabitha kind of making the timeline work. But you waited until episode 19 to tell us that. So it doesn't pay off, in my opinion. You know? I don't know. I still will think that this season, it was just for nothing, you know? And you're not going to be able to save a season with the last 2 episodes of said season or series, you know? So, I don't know. Kudos for them to try, yes. The song that they were playing, Tell Me That You Love Me, is the song that they played with Villeneuve from Killing Eve at the end of season 308, at the end of season 3. And for me, that is the finale. Because not as terrible as Riverdale, but season 4 of Killing Eve was a fucking mess. So, if I'm gonna forget about season 4 of Killing Eve, because I still tried to do that, let's just forget about season 7 of Riverdale. Yeah, you know, I don't know. It was good. This episode was half good-ish. From a 1, in a scale on 1 to 10, how good was this episode? I'll give it a 5, you know. Because, yes. I don't know. I'll just give it a 5 because it's just, it wasn't good. It wasn't bad. You know? But anything that happened prior to Tabitha arriving, what's the point? This could have happened way before. And so with that, you let the characters still in the 50s with their memories, trying to make the best of it and trying to continue forming their decisions based on what their past was, right? Ship-wise, career-wise, all of that. But we're not going to get that. We're only going to get that as a final episode. You know, so will some couples reunite? I guess so. I mean, Archie and Betty can get to that point already, you know. So, yeah, but other than that, it's a pretty boring thing, right? Because we're only going to have the characters with their memories for the one season, right? Now, Shoni, for instance, they were not together on the original timeline, and they found each other here. And hopefully, you know, Cheryl learns from her previous mistakes and continues to live on and be better and, you know, not as crazy as she was, and continue to love Tony in the way she wants. You know, fucking Julian was a puppet, so anything adult, everything that happens after this it's an improvement for him. Oh God. Clay and Kevin, good, because Kevin really never had anything solid and good, as good as Clay. So good for that. Wasn't Dilton dead? So, I mean, I guess don't play gargoyles in King, is he? Is the moral of his story. Oh my God. Well, Fangs is married. Well, Mitch is dead. He will not know that because they decided not to have the bad things. But Fangs had a baby. Well, Fangs, Kevin, and Tony had a baby, which that baby then grew up extremely fast and then helped save them, I guess, in a way. So is Tony gonna reminisce and become La Llorona again to try to find her kid? I don't know. But I do hope that she does give herself a chance with Tony, with Cheryl, because we know that in every timeline they are meant to be. Also Barchi. You know, and I just, like, the one thing I wish for Veronica to happen is for her to be happy when she's on her own, and for her to find herself a person to share the love that she has, but for her not to lose herself in that relationship, you know? That's what is most important for me in regards of Veronica. Jughead, but I mean, whatever he wants to do. Betty, I feel bad that she will also remember all the bad things, because a lot of bad things happened to her. But, like, right now she has to understand that her dad is not a murderer. Polly is alive. And she's happy and thriving. So maybe she can understand that time is precious and she shouldn't waste time with her sister and call her and meet up and have a beautiful relationship with her, you know? But I don't want the bad things to stay with her, right? I don't want that. I'm so proud that she wrote a book. I'm proud that she inspires young women to pursue things in their careers. And also, you know, her mom, because she did inspire her, I think. So hopefully that continues to happen. But yeah, we don't know what's going to happen in the series finale. Will it have an impact in myself? I'm talking about me as a fan of the show. I don't know. I mean, they can't surprise us at the end of it. But in my understanding, I read the synopsis for the next episode. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I do hope that, I don't know if it's gonna move me. Like, this episode was good, cheesy, you know, but in a good way. But it's not. It hasn't left me with the, oh, I'm gonna miss Riverdale so much. I'm gonna miss Riverdale because I'm not going to have another show to make fun of, you know? So there's that. But yeah, other than that, that's it, right? That is freaking it. Anyways, that's it. We're gonna continue talking about Riverdale because who has the time? Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your support. We only have one more episode to go, and it will be the end of Riverdale. And as in the beginning, which I am like not dreading the, oh my god, I'm gonna miss Riverdale. I'm ready for the show to be gone. I'm not lying. Like, I have not wasted, but I have invested a lot of time on Riverdale, and I think it's time for them to go. You know, that's just how I feel. Maybe I'll feel differently on the next episode. Maybe I'll cry. You know, I mean, whatever I feel, it will be 100% real. If I'm gonna feel like this is stupid, I'm gonna say it. If I'm not, then you will see me crying, I guess, but it's not likely. Anyways, that's it. Thank you for watching, for your support throughout the years. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. UNCUT reaction on Patreon. Let me know your thoughts on this episode, and also what show can replace Riverdale so we can continue, you know, having something, not to make fun of necessarily, but a show, you know. But yeah, for now, that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time for more reaction videos for the last episode, actually, of Riverdale. That's it. Bye, guys.